Yo guys, it's Victini Gamer here, and well, my Beto showcase video blew up and you guys really liked it. So, might as well make another one, right? And this time, it'll be with my secondary, Hu Tao. So, of course, with these showcase videos, I'm going to be putting text on the screen. In case I miss anything or stuff I need to point out as well, we're going to be featuring Hu Tao in her best teams, as well as some other elemental comps. And without any further ado, enough of the stalling, let's just get to the Hu Tao showcase. So this is my Hu Tao. So I'm going to be doing this video differently, as well as other future videos on Hu Tao. So instead of showing my build and stats last, might as well show it first, so that you can get a better glimpse at what my Hu Tao is capable of, as well as the amount of damage she can do. So let's go over her stats real quick. So this is my Hu Tao stats. As you can see, almost 50% crit rate, 47.8% crit rate. That's a pretty high crit rate. Crit damage is over 200%, so she's going to be doing a lot of crit damage. Energy recharge is fine too, so that I could get my Q faster. And we have 61% Pyro damage. And of course, it gets further increased by, well, her passives, so that she could do more damage. Same with her E. Her E is also increases her stats with more damage, so I'm going to be showcasing that too in the battle. We also have the Staff of Homa on her, which is pretty cool, you know. I got it in 30 pulls, so I was fortunate enough to be very lucky. This is literally her best pull arm. If you want a free-to-play pull arm for Hu Tao, I would go with the... I think it's on the shop right now. I think it's the... I know I have it on beta. Yeah, the Black Cliff. The Black Cliff pull arm is pretty good on Hu Tao. If you don't have the Staff of Homa, then the Black Cliff is a pretty good option too. And as for her artifacts, I chose for the Pyro damage and Millet set, so that she could get more HP, since her passives work scaling off of HP. Same with her Q. Her Q is scaled off of HP. So with the Millet set and the Pyro damage set, she's going to be doing her max amount of damage. So that is why my Hu Tao's HP is literally 40k. It's pretty high. And as for the substats, of course, I went for the crit rate, crit damage, and HP percent. Since she doesn't really need attack percent, she just needs HP percent to get her damage up. And as for the main stats, I go with the typical HP percent, Pyro damage percent, and crit damage. As you can see here, HP percent, Pyro damage, and crit rate. So, yeah, and these are the stats. I got pretty lucky with the crit rate rolls, it's pretty good. Crit damage is also pretty lucky too, I got it to over 200. And then energy recharge, most of my rolls went to energy recharge, but that's fine too, because it makes Hu Tao spam her Q even more. And her max HP is jacked up, 17,000 HP. So yeah, we have C0 Hu Tao. I'm planning to get her C1 because her C1 is honestly pretty broken. And as for talents, we have everything maxed out. So this is going to be a full level max showcase. So yeah, that is my Hu Tao build, but it's not what you came here for. What you came here for is for the showcase, right? So, well, let's just move on to the showcase. Let's feature her in some of her teams. Alright, so here we are in Spiral Abyss. I chose floor 9 because floor 10 as well. Floor 10 has that one passive mechanic for enemies where elemental res and physical res get increased by 10%, which is why I didn't want to go on floor 10, went to floor 9 instead. We're going to be choosing the middle passive, because honestly, defense is not really a big factor, while energy recharge and max HP are a huge factor for Hu Tao. So let's just go with this, and let's feature her here. So this is the mixed Elemental Resonance team. As always, these characters are interchangeable, so you could change any character to your style or your needs. So like, you can replace Diona with Jean, replace Fischl with Kucho Sara, it doesn't really matter. So let's see her damage. Yeah, as you can see, lots of damage, 13k on a base hit, normal attack, without her falling below 50% HP. Alright, we're probably going to be featuring her right here, using her Q right here. 140k damage! 140k damage with no elemental reactions. With an elemental reaction, that will probably do more than 140k. It'll honestly probably do 200k. And that's vaporized damage too. Imagine Melt. Melt does more damage. Alright, we're getting frozen here. It's not really good. Yeah, so this team really helps Hu Tao well. This mixed elemental resonance team. It gets her to do her elemental reactions. And I'm getting frozen again. Oh, got the shield homies too. Alright. Oh, we didn't hit anyone. That's fine. Alright. We'll just do this. Do that. Yeah, she performs really well, as you can see. Bam! Easy. So, yeah, that's Hu Tao in the first Elemental Resonance team. Time to show you some more teams. So here's Hu Tao on the other Elemental Resonance team. Honestly, I'm only gonna show off 2 teams because honestly, mixed Elemental Resonance teams are interchangeable anyway. So you know, what's the point in showcasing them? And since they're interchangeable, you could build it however you want. So yeah, an Elemental Resonance team is literally flexible. And I already showcased how Hu Tao is pretty good with mixed elemental types. See there, bam! Took out like 3 enemies. Yeah, boom! Easy damage. When Hu Tao does her charge attack, by the way, she leaves a blossom, and that blossom does pyro damage. And that blossom does a lot of damage. As you can see, I marked him, and boom! He took 4k. 4k damage without any elemental reactions. Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, Hu Tao, pretty busted. So, yeah. That's the mixed elemental resonance teams. It's finally time to showcase her in some actual, elemental, resonance teams. So this is Hu Tao on the Geo Resonance team. I'm gonna be choosing Energy Recharge because Albedo's skill is based off of defense. And Energy Recharge won't affect us that much. So yeah, let's just go. So, the Geo Resonance buff, you get a 20%, I think. If I'm wrong, then I'm probably gonna correct it on the screen. But you get a 20% attack buff if you're protected by a shield, which makes Zhongli Hu Tao's best partner. Since Zhongli's shield can infinitely proc. As long as the shield isn't destroyed, obviously. Yeah, as you can see, 55k without E It's pretty good. Alright. We're getting frozen, so we're probably just gonna take him out here. There we go. Bam. Alright. Take care of him here. Let's take care of him here as well. Alright, let's see the maximum amount of damage we could do. Do this. Let's get our elemental up. Use our E. Do our Q. And of course we don't know how much damage she did, but she would probably do 200k. But since the Metaturl blocked our shield or blocked our Q, we would never know. But that would probably do 200k. So yeah, that's Hu Tao on the Geo Resonance Team. It's time to move on to our next team. So this is Hu Tao on quite literally her most awkward team. The Electro Resonance Team. She could still work. This Resonance Team is mainly used for people who want to spam attacks. So we have Fischl, C6 Fischl for the Electro damage, or the constant Electro damage. We have the Raiden Shogun for literally her elemental skill, since it hits enemies every 0.9 seconds. As you can see here, you're doing more extra damage. Alright, we got them down. I'll take care of the Cryo archers first, because they're honestly the most annoying. Alright, there we go. Oh, we're frozen! Yeah, so we got Fischl to do the damage, Raiden Shogun to do this, and then we could do our elemental reactions here, and we get our Q back. 89k! Yep, I just did 89k. Yeah, so this team is pretty awkward to use, but once you know how to use it, you could get your Q back instantly every time. As long as you get constant elemental reactions. So I guess the team is pretty good, I guess. So, yeah, that's the Electro Resonance Team. Time to move on to our next one. So this is Hu Tao in the Cryo Resonance Team. And the point for the Cryo Resonance Team is that if the opponent or enemy is affected by Frozen or Cryo, your crit rate gets increased by 15%. So you're gonna see Hu Tao, crit much more often, like right there. Like all those hits were crits. Even though she has a 47% chance to crit, now it's a 53% chance, or 63% chance to crit, which is pretty good. So yeah, I have Xingqiu here, honestly, for the frozen reaction, but since the slimes are literally hydro slimes, there's no need for it. So yeah, 73k on her dash. It's so good. This team is actually really good. It's good for melt comps because, of course, she'll melt, she'll crit more often. It's honestly a good team. Alright, we could freeze this guy here, since we do have a chance to do that. Bam, 59k on crit. If that would have crit, that'll probably do 150. Since her crit damage is at 220. Alright, we're gonna be finishing up here. Bam! Yeah, as you can see, that team is pretty powerful. So that's Hu Tao on the Cryo Resonance Team. I think we have 2 more Resonance Teams we have to showcase, and then we're moving on to the Double Resonance Teams. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. So this is Hu Tao on the Animal Resonance Team. And what the Animal Resonance Team does is it decreases Hu Tao's skill cooldown, or basically all allies' skill cooldown, so that she would spam her even more. So yeah, as you can see here, pretty good team. I have the 4-piece Viridescent set on Venti as well, so that he could do even more damage. And the 4-piece Viridescent set, if you guys don't know, it's a 4-piece set that allows an elemental reaction. So let's say Hu Tao hits with the Hydro, as you can see here, 144k, really good damage. But as you can see here, the Hydro Slimes are affected by their Hydro res. Their Hydro res gets decreased thanks to the 4-piece Viridescent effect. And I think it gets decreased by 20% of their elemental resistance. So you'll do more Hydro damage. But in this case, we did a Vaporize reaction, or a reverse Vaporize reaction. Actually, not a reverse, an actual Vaporize reaction, and we got 144k off of our Q, which is pretty good. So yeah, the Animal Resonance Team works really well for those elemental reactions, as well as the skill cooldown is a pretty cool bonus too. And your movement speed increases too, so you can run faster if you want. Especially if you have a C0 Hu Tao and the other enemies on the other side of the map, so you could rush them down quicker. So yeah, that's the Animal Resonance Team. Time to move on to our last Resonance Team, which is the Pyro Resonance Team. Before, you know, the double Resonance Teams. So this is Hu Tao on the Pyro Resonance Team, and honestly, this is honestly her best team ever. Besides the Geo Resonance Team and the Geo Pyro Resonance Team. So yeah, in the Pyro Resonance Team, you straight up get a 15% attack bonus. So it's literally, I already said it before on my beta video, it's literally the best elemental resonance buff in the game. At least before maybe Dendro comes out. But I don't know, we're probably never gonna get Dendro anyway. So yeah, with the Pyro Resonance Team, you're gonna see Hu Tao do even more damage. As you can see here. Bada bing, bada boom. We're gonna proc this 4-piece Viridescent set. Do this. Do our charge attacks and do 50k per charge attack. She's just so busted. She's just too busted. And we have Bennett here, obviously, for the damage purposes. Yeah, he blocked that with the shield. Could have seen her do a lot of damage. 50k on charge attack, without being below 50% HP. By the way, if Hu Tao is below 50% HP, her pyro damage gets boosted. So you want her to be below 50% when you proc her E. So yeah, there we go. Pyro Resonance Team. Broken. Honestly, one of her best teams ever. Besides the ones I mentioned before, which are the Geo Resonance Team and the Pyro Geo Resonance Team. So yeah, we did our single Resonance Teams. It's time for the double Elemental Resonance Team showcases. Of course, we're going to be starting off with our most awkward double Resonance Team, which is the Pyro Electro Resonance Team. I forgot to mention this before, but the reason why I didn't bring up Hydro Resonance is because the Hydro Resonance thing is bad for Hu Tao, since for Hu Tao you don't want to heal, you want to be below 50% HP. And with the Hydro Resonance buff, you get a 40% healing bonus, which is pretty bad. As well as the other buff you get is Pyro Resistance minus 40%. And you really don't need that, honestly, since Hu Tao is literally a Pyro character. So yeah, this is the... enough of that. This is the Pyro and Electro Resonance Showcase. So in this team, you're gonna get the attack buff, and every Electro reaction you do, you're gonna get elemental particles back. So you're gonna see your Q more often. Let's use our Q right now. You could just waste it here. 57k on her Q. Raw Q with no E boost. Yeah, she's honestly pretty busted. And her Q heals too, which is also pretty busted. Alright, let's do this. Let's put this here. Honestly, these enemies are so annoying. I'll get rid of them first. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we got our Q back instantly. 96k with her E, non-50% boost. That is pretty broken. Honestly, if her HP was below, she would probably do, again, 200k damage. Alright. Let's see if we could set it up here. Let's put up element right here. Let's do her E right here. 24k without a crit. And I think that dash attack did 10k or 100k, I'm not sure. But yeah, as you can see, even in her awkward teams, she's still pretty good. So yeah, that's the Pyro Electro Resonance Team. Time to move on to the next team. Okay, so here we are. This is the Pyro Anemo Resonance Team. So you're gonna be getting the 15 or 20% or 15% attack buff? Not sure. Of course, be putting it on the screen. But you get that plus the reduced cooldown on your skill. So you're gonna be getting more use out of Hu Tao's E, as well as some elemental reactions if you have the Force Piece Viridescent set. Right here, bam! A lot of damage right there. Even on crit, she would still do a lot of damage. Yeah, bam! Easy. We're gonna do this. Set it up. Yeah, 46k on crit. She's just too good. Yeah, as you can see, works well on the Anemo Resonance Team. She's not even breaking a sweat. Yeah, there we go! So you're getting, reduced elemental skill cooldown as well as attack percent damage. So that's pretty good. Alright! Now on to her final, two teams that we're gonna be showcasing her on. Alright, so this is Hu Tao on the Cryo Pyro Resonance Team. Honestly, it's a pretty strong team. You're getting 15% crit rate as long as you have the opponent frozen. And you're also getting the attack boost from the Pyro Resonance. So you're basically gonna be doing way too much damage, as well as landing your crits all the time. Like right there, 146k, without being at full HP. Alright. We're gonna be defeating this and then spawning the next wave of enemies right here. Alright, we got the Kaya Q. Yeah, even at full HP, my Hu Tao is just so crap. She's so good. Look at that damage! 75k? That's high damage, folks. We're gonna be taking our time with this enemy, because the next wave of enemies are gonna spawn here. Alright. We're probably gonna get hit here intentionally, outside of the area, so that we could drop our HP below. Alright. Let's set it up here. Let's increase the crit rate here. Do this. Do this outside. And of course I didn't do any damage because the shield was blocking it, but that would probably do a lot of damage. So yeah, there we go. As you can see, Pyro, Cryo, pretty good. Now it's time to move on to, honestly, in my opinion, her second best team. Her first best team is obviously the Pyro Resonance Team. But this is literally her second best team. The Geo Pyro Resonance Team. So this is the Pyro Geo Resonance Team. I chose the energy recharge buff, as always, because Albedo's thing is stacked from defense. And I don't want to affect his defense stat. So yeah. Honestly, if I have one word to describe this team, it's power. Pure power. Because as long as you're protected by a shield, you're getting attack boost. And since the attack percent boost you're gonna get is pretty good on Pyro Resonance, you're gonna be doing a lot of damage. As you can see there, 66k on her charge attack. Full HP, not even below 50%. It's just pure, utter power. 20k on her second hit. 20k! It's just so good. It's just pure power. 25k on her first hit. Alright, we're probably gonna get hit here intentionally because I want to drop her HP below. We could probably see her damage here, which is pretty good. Alright, so we dropped her HP below. Alright. Let's set it up here. Let's set up the shield. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do her E. And we could probably do this. That probably killed him. Honestly, that probably killed him. I didn't even see how much damage that did. But if I had to estimate, probably around above 200k, almost, or at least around there. The lowest it could probably go was 150k. But yeah, that team, Geo Resonance and Pyro Resonance, is just pure, utter power. So yeah, that's all the Elemental Resonance showcases. It's finally time to showcase Hu Tao against certain bosses. And at the end, obviously, we're gonna be showing her max damage output, and then give my final thoughts on the character. Alright, so here we are in, we're gonna be featuring Hu Tao in some boss fights. So I'm gonna be using this team right here, which is Hu Tao, Xingqiu, Venti, and Bennett. Venti for the Viridescent, Xingqiu for the Vaporize, and Bennett is here because attack. So yeah, we're gonna be featuring her in two boss fights here, which are Stormterror and the Childe boss fight, or Tartaglia, whatever you call him. So yeah, let's just get this over with, and here we go. So this is Hu Tao against Stormterror. I'm gonna see her, obviously, showing her at her best possible potential. So I intentionally made Hu Tao's HP pretty low because her passive is literally if you're below a certain amount of HP, you do more damage. So we're gonna be waiting for Stormterror or Dvalin to go down. There we go! Alright, so he's affected by Pyro for now. So we're gonna do this. Do Xingqiu's E. Let's do Bennett's Q right here. And then let's get that E quickly. 58k! We're gonna be destroying Stormterror there. Bam! One turn. One turn, Stormterror. Easily defeated. So yeah, that's Hu Tao's power against Stormterror. Doesn't stand a chance. And let's move on to Childe. So here we go. This is Childe, the Childe boss fight. And Hu Tao is going to be tackling it. So same team as before, because the team is just that good against bosses. So yeah, let's show Childe who's boss. Alright, we're going to be doing his E right here. Do this. Yeah, on crit, she still does a lot of damage here. There we go. Right, we're gonna dash here. Ignore everything. Half of his health gone. We can afford to be hit here. Alright. I'm doing that. Alright. And then we could just do this. And there we go. Easy. We're keeping Hu Tao's HP low because we actually have to, you know, in order for her to do the maximum damage. Alright. So we do that. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's pull out the Vaporize here. And as you can see here, even on her normal attacks, she's just melting Childe. Yeah, Hu Tao is busted. Completely busted. So yeah, those are the boss battles. But it's time to feature her in one more test, which is the 4-piece Viridescent team with Elemental Resonance to see her maximum amount of damage. Alright, so here we are. We're gonna be showcasing Hu Tao in the Viridescent team. So what we have here is our party right here to showcase Hu Tao's max damage. And of course I'm gonna be joined in with my buddy, of course, KC. His link is gonna be in the description. His channel name is Kevin, so subscribe to him. He does Genshin videos too. So yeah, here we are. We have double Pyro Resonance. Diona's just here because I have the sack built R5 and we need to do melt reactions. And Kazuha is here for the, you know, elemental Viridescent set. So here we go. Let's charge in and we should be good to go. Alright, so let's get this 4-piece Viridescent showcase started. So double Pyro Resonance plus Viridescent and with the Kazuha ult buff. So let's go. I'm gonna text them that I'm ready to. So here we go. So it's gonna be like the same strat as the Hu Tao damage showcase video. Bennett is gonna take down the core. Kazuha's gonna do his ult. And I'm gonna apply Cryo twice to get rid of the Pyro and to put Cryo. I'm gonna say that works. And let's go. Alright, he's gonna take down the shield right now. Of course, I'm gonna have to stay close to him. And then do that. Do this. Do that. 250k! That is a lot of damage! So yeah, that's that's Hu Tao's thing. I didn't think I was in the ult of Bennett. I think my tiny foot was on the ult. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, Hu Tao could probably do more damage, but as you can see there, 250k, really high numbers. So yeah, that's the 4-piece Viridescent and Pyro showcase. It's time to go over the overview of this, of Hu Tao, to wrap this up. So this is Hu Tao, the director of the Wangchang Funeral Parlor. And well, we're gonna be overviewing everything about her, her talents and her constellations and everything else and the like. So yeah, let's just get this rolling. So here's her talents. Her normal attack does 6 consecutive spear strikes. And time for her E. Her E is what literally makes Hu Tao, Hu Tao. So with her E, if you activate it, you're getting a Pyro damage bonus based on your HP, or based on your max HP. So your attack increases 6.26% at level max of your max HP. So the more HP you have, the more Pyro damage you do. And this skill gets further boosted by Hu Tao having less than 50% HP. If her HP is less than 50%, then she will do more Pyro damage, thanks to her passive right here. If Hu Tao's HP is less than 50, her Pyro damage is increased by 33%. So on top of getting this, you're also getting this buff, which is increasing her attack for even more damage. So her attack stat is probably going to reach up to the 4k, at least the 4k range, as long as her HP is maxed out. So yeah, it's pretty broken. And every time you charge attack with Hu Tao, it leaves a Blood Blossom, which does Pyro damage every 4 seconds. So you can constantly be doing elemental reactions without even attacking. And the Blood Blossom does a lot of damage. It does 115% damage. It's pretty good. And its duration is pretty high too. It's 8 seconds. So you're getting 8 seconds of constant damage. And her cooldown isn't that bad too. 16 seconds isn't bad. And as for her Q, it does more damage based on her max HP. And if her HP is below 50%, its damage and HP regeneration increases. So at her max skill damage, it's 494%. And if you're low HP, it's 600%. 600% is a lot. And I mean a lot of damage. And if you combine it with her E and her passive right here, she's going to be doing even more damage. So, yeah. And she gets to regenerate a lot. And its cooldown is 15 seconds, which isn't that bad. And its energy cost isn't that bad either. It's 60. And as for her first passive, when the Paramita Papilio state is active, which is her E state, she will, and activated by the Guide to Afterlife, which is this. Yeah, it's just basically her E. All party members will have their crit rate increased by 12%. So your allies are going to be doing more crit, or are going to crit more often thanks to this skill, if you're going to be switching her out for something else. But honestly, her first skill is kind of useless, or first passive is kind of useless, because of, you know, Hu Tao is literally a DPS, so why would you want to switch her out anyway? So, yeah, these are extremely good, works well with Hu Tao's kit, making her the second best damage dealer in the game. And as for constellations, they're pretty broken too. Honestly, Hu Tao's first constellation is so broken that, honestly, once her rerun banner comes out, I'm gonna go out of my way for it. Basically, when her E is active, she takes no stamina consumption when she does her charge attack. So you can charge attack as often as you want. So, you know, like how enemies are on the other side of the map and you have to dash? Dashing consumes stamina. And with this, her charge attacks don't consume stamina, which means that you could chase down enemies without having to worry about stamina consumption. So yeah, honestly, pretty broken. And our second skill increases the Blood Blossom based on Hu Tao's max HP. So her Blood Blossom effect is really broken. And it also lets the passive, which lets, right here, Spirit Soother, it increases the damage on the max HP, as well as heal. So you're getting a heal with the Blood Blossom, as well as Pyro damage. So yeah, Blood Blossom becomes even more broken. This increases her E. Honestly, it's pretty good. Her 4th constellation, upon beating an enemy with a Blood Blossom, her nearby party members are increased by crit rate by 12% for 15 seconds. So she is literally a team player. So you get the increase by Flutterby, as well as the 4th constellation, which means gives you a net total of 24% crit rate, which is pretty good. Her 5th constellation is boosts her Q, and her 6th constellation is honestly pretty broken too. So when Hu Tao triggers, when Hu Tao is below 25% HP, she will not die, basically. So when the next fatal blow she takes, she will not die. Instead, for the next 10 seconds, all her elemental and physical resistance is increased by 200%, which means that she'll become a tank, and her crit rate is increased by 100 as long as her HP is below 25%, which is pretty good. And the effect is automatically triggered as well when her HP is at 1%. And on top of that, her interruption is greatly increased. So you're getting the Xingqiu Q effect where it decreases interruption. And yeah, so Hu Tao will charge attack non-stop. Her crit rate is always at 100%, which means that she'll crit a lot. The downside is that it occurs every 60 seconds. But honestly, the 10 seconds is honestly pretty worth it. You're tanking, you're doing more crit damage thanks to your crit rate. So yeah, Hu Tao is honestly pretty broken. So yeah, that's the Hu Tao showcase. Hope you guys liked it. Anyways, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be doing more showcases on other characters too, as long as I build them up as well. Probably might do 666 showcases, because honestly, getting characters to 10, 10, 10 is pretty terrible since it costs a lot of more in resources. So 666 is a pretty good level for me to do showcases. So yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed the showcase. It tells me that you want to do, or you want me to make more showcases. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. I do Genshin videos at least once a week, or try to do upload once a week. As well, I always do other videos to spice up the channel. So if you guys like Genshin content and other meme videos, be sure to drop a sub. And if you did drop a sub, make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss an upload. And don't forget to comment on the video. What do you want me to showcase next? And also, what are your thoughts on Hu Tao? Is she good? Do you disagree or agree with my opinions? And what's your favorite Resonance Team? And all that sorts. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this Hu Tao showcase. And I'll see you guys in the next video.